Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do another Halloween look, and today we're going to do a kind of a skeleton type of look, and it's a really, I think, a simple look that I believe everyone should be able to do. I'm trying to pick looks that I think that everyone will be able to recreate on their own and then you can jazz up the look with accessories and whatnot. So we're going to start with a little bit of shadowing around the eyes. I think I'm going to do the eyes first and then go into the jaw area. So what we're going to do, I'm going to fill in my brows with a black pencil, and this is just a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in black. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows, and then we're going to do some dark shadowing around the eyes. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to use some shadow and just kind of darken around each eye. So we're going to take a fluffy shadow brush and some black shadow, and we are going to start making our eyes kind of dark and smoky looking. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is start with a brown shade first and then kind of deepen it up with a black. I think we'll do that. So I'm going to take this big fluffy brush and we're just going to start going around our eye. And I am going to come up where, you know how you get those little wrinkles in between your eyes? I'm going to follow those wrinkles and bring the shade up a little. We're going to bring it along the lower lash line as well. And as you can see, I didn't dip into my brush again, or into the shadow again. I'm just using whatever is on my brush as excess shadow. I can't talk today. Excess shadow, and we're just going to put it along the lower lash line. So that looks good. We are going to go ahead now and kind of get the deepen that up with more of a black shadow, and I'm going to switch brushes to a slightly smaller brush. I mean, still a nice fluffy one. We're going to dip a little into this black and start deepening up the eye. We kind of want it to look smoky, but not like pitch black. And then whatever excess you have on your brush, bring that down to the lower lash. But what I did here was I brought this shade down a little bit more, whatever was the excess on my brush. And you want to kind of bring it, you know, along your lower lash line, but down a little bit. And the further you go down, you want it to kind of get lighter, lighter, lighter. So it looks like real, you know, gives that smoky effect. Now what we're going to do is take some water-based body paint, and we're going to add a little bit of detail to this look. And what I'm going to start with is drawing a line kind of where my eyebrow kind of peaks a little bit on each side, and we're going to come down to about just before my crease. And that's all we're going to do right now, and we're going to draw it on both sides. So now what we're going to do is take that bottom line and kind of swoop it down, kind of like going in a circle. And we're going to end up right here. And if you are a little bit nervous about drawing this line, you can actually make a point right here is a basis to stop. And we're going to fill in this area a little bit with some black eyeshadow and probably a little bit of black body paint. So if it's not perfect looking, that's okay. So now what we're going to do is take start at this and make kind of another little line going down to the inner corner of our eye. What we're going to do now is fill in and I am going to use body paint because I like how black that is. We're going to fill in our eyelid with the body paint, okay? And again, we're going to add a little bit more detail in a few minutes. But right now, we're just going to fill in our eyelid with that black body paint. All right, we're looking good. Now what we're going to do is start with the details underneath our eye. So again, we're going to take a small little brush, dip it back into our black body paints, And if you guys don't have water-based body paint, you can do this with liquid eyeliner. So if you have a liquid eyeliner, that's going to work perfect as well as the body paint. I just happen to have this body paint. So we're going to now draw another line from just kind of eyeball where that line is, and draw another line going from the bottom of your lower lash to about here. And you can make this line go as far down as you want it to. I'm just bringing it like just kind of almost to the tip top rounds of my cheeks. So we're going to start with our corner, our inner corner of our eye. And we're going to kind of have this go down a little bit from the inner corner. And just to where the start of the side of your nose. So we're just going to bring it down a little bit. Okay, and you can do it on both sides, but then we're going to connect that line and we're going to go down like that. So now what we're going to do is kind of do another curved line, and we're going to meet this point right here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my black liner. I'm going to get my water line. So now we're going to take our makeup brush and we're going to add a little bit more black. So we're going to do a little bit more shading and add a little bit more black around the eyes. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to go along the lines that we did and kind of add some shadow to that as well. So our eyes are kind of the way we want them to look for now. We're going to move on to the nose and draw on our little skeleton nose. And what you want to do is kind of draw a line and then another one kind of a little bit further down from it, and you want to connect the two. So almost like a V, a tiny little V in the top of your nose, and then take those lines and kind of come down. And we are going to add just a tad bit of shading to this area. So I'm going to take a small blender brush. I'm going to dip into our black eyeshadow. We're just going to kind of shade around the little nose part. So now we're going to do our jawline. Okay, so now we have our little lines drawn. What I'm doing right now is I'm adding a little bit of shadow right now, and because we're going to go in with more detail in a little bit. So what we're going to do now is draw on the little skeleton teeth. And I'm just going to take a liquid liner pen and we're just going to draw like little lines going down. So now that we have our little lines, what we're going to do is kind of color in the bottom part and the top part of our lips, and then kind of add a little bit of detail to those teeth. So now what I'm going to do is take some white liquid liner and I'm going to fill in the teeth area. Now we are going to add some shadowing later, so just filled in with the white right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is fill in and add a little bit of shadowing to these teeth to kind of make them look more like skeleton teeth. I kind of don't like how that white liquid liner looks, so I'm going to fill it in with a fat little white pencil and kind of make it look a little more ghoulish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is add a little bit more detail to that jawline. now we're going to add a little bit more shading so that the jawline kind of looks a little more sunken in. Okay, now what we want to do a little bit now is kind of add some shadowing along our neck and décolletage area. We kind of want to come down and scoop around like our neck. Like our neck is very bony. And then start with your collarbone and kind of go on a diagonal to start with like the bony rib cage type of thing. So that is our skeleton look for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, as well as a little notification bell next to it to be notified of all of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!